Yes.
Because you know that Pope Francis called for holy of mercy, so what is done is the Vatican is decided to give special powers to the priests to absolve sins and preserve the Holy See.
Yes.
So does it include some of the things that you mentioned here?
Yeah. But no, by the law of the church, the sin of abortion and the penalty that is incurred, that is excommunication, can be forgiven only by the bishop. The bishop can give permission. Bishop, no need of Holy See giving permission. The bishop can give permission to whoever priest he wants, he thinks. Because one problem is, when you give the faculty to every priest, people will think this is normal. You procure an abortion, you go on. That's why they want to reserve it. Yes.
Father, the Catholic engages in heresy, right?
Yes. Yeah. So, you should know the definition of heresy. So, the definition of heresy, I think 751, read the heresy.
Heresy is the obstinate denial or doubt after baptism of a truth which must be believed by divine and Catholic faith.
Yes, obstinate denial. Obstinate means adamantly you are denying something has to be believed. Denying internally, we will not know. It must be pursued by others. Only then the punishment can be imposed. Or it will become adamant denial. You deny today, tomorrow you don't deny. Not that today you are excommunicated, tomorrow you are all right. No, not like that. Publicly deny. Adamant denial of a truth that must be believed by Catholic faith. Yes. Yes.
Then the degree of culpability of the person. The person doesn't know what he's doing, that doesn't apply.
Okay. That's another thing, for example. See, the person doesn't know what you are doing. The husband is forcing the wife and taking against her will and put in the clinic. Or the husband doesn't want. See, those who are cooperating in it, without whose help that act would not have been done, all those people would incur the same penalty. So, if you are cooperating, sometimes they ask, though in this case, even though the wife undergoes abortion, she is not responsible. She didn't want at all. She is forced, and then all her freedom is taken away. When the freedom is completely taken away, it doesn't become a human act. You can't be punished for a human act. That's why Canon 13:23 speaks about who cannot be punished in the law. Who cannot be punished in that law. First of all, the person must have completed 16 years. Secondly, 18 years only law descendancy penalty will affect. Suppose a girl of 17 procured abortion, no automatic excommunication. Girl of 17. After 18, you will be coming under that. So those who are without any self-defense. So for some of the offences, somebody came to kill you. In order to defend yourself, you threw something. The person died. You have not committed murder. So all these things are given. The mitigating reason and the exempting reasons are given in 13, 23 and 24. 13, 23, what is the first sentence you read?
No one is liable to a penalty who, when violating a law or precept, 1. has not completed the 16th year of age.
Has not completed. In canon law, nobody can be punished below 16.
2.
So now, altar boy who is 15 beat the parish priest. You can't punish him in canon law. So don't. After 16 you can be punished. After 16 you can be punished. No one, because you immediately say, because no one is liable to penalty who has not completed 16 years. 16 years. So, okay.
Supposedly, let's say a priest is auto excommunicated, so he doesn't have the faculty to administer the sacrament.
Yes.
I, as a penitent, go to confession without knowing that.
Very good, very good. Gabriel, you are today asking me very, very difficult questions here. Yes, very good. Thank you for it. Okay, let me see what the canon law says. For example, Ecclesia Supplet is available. The priest knows that he is excommunicated. The penitent doesn't know that he is excommunicated. So in that case, what happens? So canon law says in the same context after 3823, there are some of the provisions for this. Let me look at. Okay. Conspire together, it is the application of penalties, penal remedies, expiatory, application of penalties. Okay. The canon 1352 says like this: if a penalty prohibits reception of sacraments or sacramentals, the prohibition is suspended for as long as the offender is in danger of death. That is, in danger of death, everything is exempted. The obligation of observing a latescentia penalty, which has not been declared and is not notorious in the place, is suspended either in whole or in part to the extent that the offender cannot observe without a danger. See, if the parish priest, for example, were to say, there is another canon, were to say that I am under excommunication, the penitent will be scandalized. In such a situation, when it is not public, he is allowed to perform the sacrament. Allowed to perform the sacrament. When it is imposed, when it is publicly declared that a parish priest is excommunicated, then he should not. But even such a prohibition will be suspended. 976. 976 you read. 976 is in danger of death. 976 in danger of death. Any priest.
Any priest, even though he lacks the faculty to hear confessions, can validly and lawfully absolve any penitent while in danger of death.
Yes, see, any priest, any censure, any sin, he can forgive, because there is no second chance for the person. Even a married priest, even a Orthodox priest who is not a Catholic, even he can forgive in danger of death. Even if another priest is present, he is your brother, so you feel so uncomfortable. There is another married priest who left the church. Since priesthood is not left him, you can confess with him. Yes?
Father, let's say two priests, one is going to die,
Yeah.
and both of them are committing a sin of heresy.
Yeah.
Then one can forgive the other because he's going to die.
Yes. You can, in danger of death, you can forgive anybody. You can forgive anybody. So a priest committed sin against the sixth commandment with a lady. She is dying in the hospital. In danger of death, he can observe. Otherwise, in normal circumstances, law doesn't say excommunication for the priest. In danger of death, you can forgive her also. Otherwise, you should not. The church is giving gravest penalty of excommunicating the priest. But in this case, because of in danger of death. I remember one little joke. It seems two priests used to confess to each other. They are friends, always. Monthly confession or whatever it may be. One day, one of them was in a bad mood. So usually you will give 3 Hail Marys or by our Father like that. So because he was in a bad mood, so he gave him the penance. You have to say the rosary. Rosary. And then after each decade, you have to say the litany also. That means 5 times the litany and then 50 Hail Marys. And that's it. He was so upset. Usually it will be only 5 Hail Marys. One whole rosary I have to say. I did not commit any grave sin. And then 5 times litany also. Pray for us, pray for us, pray. All that. Oh, you will come? No, I will see. Like that, he was waiting for the opportunity. It was his turn to come to him. And he said, your penance is very simple. You have to say the litany once, and then after each intercession, one rosary. 55, 60 rosary, I don't know when he finished one. Holy Mary, pray for us. Start one rosary. Holy Mother of God, pray for us. Start another rosary. So like that, rosary. can confess. Pope also has to confess. He confesses with the priest, yes. Okay, yes.
Regarding the baptism,
Yeah.
in case of emergency or the lay person,
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday somebody else also asked, can we give baptism? Yes, Father, they said. Regarding the minister of baptism, you just take
even
them.
though the person is not really a Christian or
Yeah.
anything or atheist.
Okay. Take book number 4. Book number 4. So regarding that, a minister of baptism. So 861 you read, 861 onwards. Regarding the minister of baptism. Yes.
The ordinary minister of baptism is a bishop, a priest, or deacon, without prejudice or to the provision of Canon 530, number 1.
Ordinary minister is bishop, priest, or deacon. That is ordinary minister, ordinarily. The second one, second paragraph.
If the ordinary minister is absent or impeded, a catechist or some other person deputed to this office by the local ordinary may lawfully confer baptism. Indeed, in the case of necessity, any person who has the requisite intention may do so. Pastor.
Any person who has the requisite intention. So the Oriental code says any Christian who has the intention. But Latin code is any person. Suppose you are dying, you have been preparing for baptism for 1 year, you didn't receive. You find only a Hindu traveling with you. You can ask him also with the intention of the church, please baptize me. That's what Latin church says. Well, theology is, it is a gift of God. God can use anybody to baptize you. So the minister, in case of necessity, yes.
Must it accompany consent?
Yeah, consent. Yeah, okay. An adult should always give his consent. An adult should always give his consent. In the case of children, the church law again says 868.
For an infant to be baptized lawfully is required that the parents, or at least one of them, or the person who lawfully holds their place, give their consent.
Yes. Parents, or at least one of them, give their consent with regard to the infants. At least one of them. So the next paragraph.
That there be a well-founded hope that the child will be brought up in the Catholic religion. If such hope is truly lacking, then baptism is, in accordance with the provisions of a particular law, to be deferred, and the parents advised of the reason for this.
It can be postponed if there is no hope. They are not practicing Catholic, they simply give their consent. We can postpone the baptism. Postpone the baptism.
What if this emergency
Yeah.
and the person is unconscious?
Yeah. Well, person is unconscious. If he had the desire, we can baptize. So we can baptize. That's it. In danger of death. An infant, Catholic parents, indeed, given non-Catholic parents, is lawfully baptized in danger of death. If the parents are, even if the parents are opposed to it.
Not talking about infant, talking about an adult that's not a Catholic.
Adult. No, whether he had the intention to be baptized. That's what we have to see. With regard to adult who is unconscious, we need not baptize, I think.
A Catholic son.
Yeah.
Father is not a Catholic.
Yeah.
In his dying day,
Yeah.
baptize the father. Possible.
Wants to baptize the one. If he did not have the intention to receive baptism, it won't be appropriate. If an adult never had the intention to receive baptism, it will. In the case of we speak of others like with regard to anointing of the saint, conditional anointing. We do not know whether the person is dead or alive. In this case, the law speaks about conditional anointing. Okay, we will take a short break and then we will come back and take up specific questions because continuously we are going 10 minutes break. Then we will go up to 12 o'clock. Just get up that you may not sleep.